Next guidance services is counseling. Counseling is the heart of the guidance program by Villar 2007. So counseling is the core activity through which all the other activities become more meaningful by Hatch and Mitchell in 1981. It helps an individual become the person he is capable of becoming, okay? Achieving the maximum potential of the person by Ryan and Siran as cited by Evangelista in 2005. Counseling is the practice of professional service designed to guide an individual to a better understanding of problem and potentialities by utilizing modern psychological principles and methods. Okay, so through counseling, the individual have a better understanding of themselves, of the problems, and on how they can solve the problems. Okay, so what are the goals of counseling? It can be developmental, remedial, preventive, enhancement, exploratory, or reinforcement. So these are the generic goals of the counseling. Okay. We also have the human dimensional goals of counseling. It can be cognitive, psychological, physiological, or spiritual. Okay, so what are the counseling process? First is relationship establishment. Okay, um, establishing relationship with a client. Okay, so first we don't just start with our counseling. We need to establish relationship with our clients so that they will be comfortable in sharing to us. And then second is problem identification and exploration. Identifying, helping the client identify the problem. And if the client or the counselee do not, or the counselor cannot uh, point out or pinpoint the problem, they can continue to exploration so that they will be able to identify the problem. So you assist your client in exploring. And the third process is planning for problem solving. Okay, and ask the client um, what is his or her plans so that he or she can solve the problem. Okay. And then solution application and then termination. So this does not happen overnight. Again, this is a counseling process. Okay. So the client can go back to your office for many times till he or she was able um, to find or resolve his or her problem. Okay. So what are the types of counseling? So um what are the areas that need to be covered? So for the personal social, it can be family problems. So I encountered students visiting the office because parents are fighting or parents separated and they don't know how to handle it. It can also be depression, sexuality. I also encountered students who have identity crisis or um, yeah, they have identity crisis or belonging to the LGBTQ community or the parents does not yet know about their identity. Okay. And then it can also be relationship concerns. It can be romantic relationship concerns. It can also be problem with a friend. Um, it can also be sleep difficulties, anger, anxiety, or stress. So you can um, encounter these problems in the guidance in during your counseling. It can also be academic, educational, school and academic concerns. For example, he or she has failing grades or dropped subjects, or he can't attend the graduation because of failed grades. It can also be a problem with the professors, problem with the teachers. Okay, it can also be a problem in the methods of teachings. Okay, it can also be school selection. For example, you belong to the you are a guidance counselor for basic ed. It can be a concern on where to study after graduation in high school or elementary. It can also be problem in entering the school adjustment, especially with freshmen. You need to do counseling, you need to do routine interview for them so that you will be able to know if they are having problem with their college adjustment and the school maintenance. Um, Sometimes it can be financial problem. Okay, in vocational occupational career, selection and proper preparation of work. What are their plans after graduation, or what course they would like to take, or um, they don't know what to take in college. So sometimes, or he or she would like to shift because he doesn't like the course, or he cannot adjust to the course, or yeah. So those were the common problems in counseling. And then another is in personal social. It can also be you have program, specialized concern like diet counseling. He or she would like to lose weight or gain weight. It can also be crisis counseling, grief or bereavement counseling, pastoral counseling, leisure counseling, addiction counseling, um, substance abuse, okay, so or cyber addiction. I also encountered students who are already addicted um, to gaming, um, dropping their classes because of gaming addiction. Okay, so what are the types of counseling according to participants? It can be individual counseling, one-on-one counseling, or it can be a group counseling. For example, a group of students. I also encountered groups of students entering the counseling room because they feel like they are being bullied by their teachers or being bullied by their classmates. It can also be multiple counseling, couple counseling, or family counseling. So sometimes um, you will also encounter, I also encounter mother and daughter fighting to each other. Okay, so you can also have fa- family counseling. So you can encounter different kinds of counseling. You are already a guidance counselor. Okay, individual counseling is common in the Philippines. It springs from routine interviews, initial interviews, workshops, activities, test result, individual inventory. Okay, collected information that someone needs assistance but does not seek it. Okay, it can also be referrals. It can be voluntary walk-in. For example, you collected information that the students have failing grades, all are dropped, so you call up the students. Or if the students is referred by the dean or by the principal or by the teachers because they are being absent for a long period of time. I also encountered misbehavior inside the classroom and they are being referred by their professors, or sometimes students who are bullying their teachers online, cyberbullying. So that is also being referred to us. And then students who are voluntarily coming to the offices are walk-in clients. We call them walk-in clients. We also have group counseling, relieved to know that they are not alone in their problem. So this is also a good groups. Being with like-minded and like-hearted people give them courage to express, provides avenue for those with social and interpersonal defects. Clients get to hear other people's views and experiences and then relate with others and develop responsibility for maintaining a productive work with others. Counselor is able to reach out to more people at the same time. So this can be um, gathering students who are stressed, giving group counseling to students with almost the same problem. Okay, are gathering students who have gaming addiction, or students who are having dropped academic problems like dropped subjects. Okay. Next is multiple counseling. More than one counselor handles an individual, a couple, or a group. Concern can be seen in different angles or perspectives. Okay, I also experienced this when my colleagues also asked me to join her in doing the counseling because one student is from students are from engineering, and I also have a student involved who is from CBA. So we do multiple counseling. And after that, we also meet about the concern of the students. So we're able to see different angles or perspective. More options may be generated to find a solution to the problem. Okay, so seeing um, the problem in different views. So one counselor is alert for signal while the other counselor is alert for processes. Okay, what are the counseling approaches? It can be client-centered counseling, Carl Rogers, humanistic, psychoanalytic, Freudian, Gestalt, behavior therapy, rational emotive behavior therapy. It can be existential therapy, logotherapy, choice client therapy, Adlerian, CBT, solution focused, eclectic counseling. Okay, so sometimes it also um, the effectivity also depends on the client, what suits the client. So it can be eclectic counseling, or what are you what do you usually used in your counseling room. So we usually use client-centered counseling, but sometimes CBT. I also love REBT by Albert Ellis. I'm a fan of Albert Ellis. I also like existential. Okay? So everything is good.